Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today. Today's session is all about de-stressing and alleviating tension from your body. Oftentimes people think about tension being in their shoulders. That's a very obvious place, and that is true, but tension and stress can also manifest in your hips, in your back, in your arms and hands, and in your feet. So we will be addressing all those things today. And you might also want to have handy, if you have them, a yoga strap or a belt. And if you don't have those things, you could also roll up a towel and use it. And perhaps a yoga block. These things can just help, you don't have to have them. Okay, so we're going to start with the most important part of our practice today. And that is learning a breathing technique called posterior lateral breathing. So, with posterior lateral breathing, it helps to calm your nervous system. It helps bring you to a place of mind-body focus. It sends oxygen to your muscles. It basically helps relax your entire body, and the benefits really go on and on. But the most important thing for us today is using the power of the breath to help relax your body and alleviate stress and tension. So to start, we're going to place your feet in a comfortable position. For me, this is a crisscross applesauce position. You can have the legs out long, separate the legs, sit on a yoga block or a pillow, or even sit in a chair. The most important thing is that your body is comfortable. Okay, so beginning with your posterior lateral breath, we're going to set up the spine and body to receive the breath the most beneficial way possible. So we're going to find your two sits bones equally weighted into the mat. And then right above that, we're going to feel your rib cage right over your pelvis. And then right over the rib cage and pelvis, we want to feel the weight of your head. I'm going to change my view just for a second. You don't change yours. But basically, we want to make sure that you're not like this. And we're really going to bring that rib cage back and your head back as if you have a wall behind you you're resting on. We're going to bring the hands to the base of the skull and just take a little lift up, just to help give you a little bit of length in the spine, create a little traction for the cervical spine. And maybe perhaps just by doing that and bringing some awareness to your posture, you're starting to sit a little taller already. And from there, we place our focus on the breath. We're going to bring your fingers to the bottom of your rib cage. The thumb wraps to the back of the rib cage. Make sure it's not on your waist. On the inhale, we take an inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, we exhale through the mouth. As you inhale for the posterior lateral breath, you want to imagine that your rib cage is filling your fingers and thumbs with air. You're inhaling and expanding your rib cage three-dimensionally. And as you exhale, you want to imagine those fingers and thumbs are wrapping a corset around your core, and the rib cage is narrowing down and in towards the pelvis. So we're trying to keep the air out of the belly, no belly breathing. On the inhale, we inhale, breathe into the side and the back, front ribs. And as you exhale, we send the air out. We take an inhale. And exhale. And perhaps already you're starting to feel a softening through the upper body with just as much breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, feeling the shoulders release from the ears. A couple more deep breaths. See if you can inhale a little bit longer. And exhale. One more deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. So we're going to continue using that posterior lateral breath. It is going to help you get deeper into stretches and release as we work. Also, side note, it's also a good breath for your cardiovascular health. Start doing a lot of cardio, try this breath. Okay, moving on. So we're going to place the fingers right onto the mat. So your arms are making a V position. On the inhale, we breathe into the side, back ribs, using that posterior lateral breath. Inhale the shoulders up towards your ears. And as you exhale, we do 2 pulses down. Shh, shh. Inhale, shoulders lift up towards your ears. Feel any tension there. And as you exhale, shh, shh, you're going to release it out through the mouth. Inhale, the shoulders slide up towards your ears. And exhale, shh, shh, we let it go. 2 more. Inhale, maybe the shoulders are starting to move a little bit more. And exhale, release, release. Inhaling. Shoulders lift up. And exhale, release, release. It's amazing just how much that little exercise can help release your shoulders. They might have already dropped a little bit. Moving on into the arms and fingers. We're just going to take a quick second and do a quick massage out of your forearm. We're doing a lot of virtual work these days, so the fingers and forearms have been working a lot. Upper body might be crunched over. So we're really trying to get into these specific areas today and help open them up and encourage them to stay open. So after that little massage, we're going to go ahead and point the fingers up towards the ceiling. And the opposite arm is just going to pull those fingers back towards your face. Still maintaining posture, nice relaxed position. And if you have time, you can also do individual fingers. I'm going a little faster through this for sake of time. And then we're going to point the fingers down. Forearm will go up towards the ceiling. Same idea. You're going to use the opposite hand to pull those fingers back towards your body. Little stretch through the forearm and wrist and hand. One more deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale. And we're just going to shake that out. Same thing, other side. We're going to start by just a little gentle massage out of the forearm. Should feel good. I'll feel good things today. And then from there, we're going to point the fingers up towards the ceiling. Let's do that first. And then pull them back towards you. And again, sometimes it feels good to do individual fingers. You can hold this a little longer if you'd like. Always good to do if you have the time. It's amazing how much tension can creep up into those hands and fingers. And I'm right-handed, so I'm now stretching my right side with the fingers down. We just changed positions. And I feel way more tension in this side. So I can tell I've been using this right side a lot this week. So you might need to hold one side more than the other, that dominant side that you may have. And again, individual fingers. One more deep breath here, inhale. And exhale. And again, just shaking that out. From here, we're going to clasp the fingers together and the thumb. And just do this little motion. Again, just releasing out the tension in the wrists and the hands. Very easy, soft. And then we'll bring it down. From here, let's take your left hand and place it on the mat. We want to make sure it's directly to your side, not behind you. We're going to take an inhale, right arm goes up and over. From here, you can keep that elbow straight that's on the mat, or you can bend it for a little bit more of a stretch. And we're going to breathe here. We're going to try to breathe into that whole right side, breathing into these side ribs, these posterior lateral ribs. We're taking an inhale. And as you exhale, we use the breath to soften and relax. Inhale, nice long inhale. And exhale. And do a little check as we're holding 2 more deep breaths. Make sure the side hasn't popped off. You're only side bending as far as you can control that right hip staying down. One more deep breath, inhale. Ease in the neck and the jaw and the throat. And exhale. From here, we're going to engage your abs. Belly button in towards the spine. We come up, the nice long posture. Right hand is going to drop right here over the shoulder. And we're going to hold here, feeling length and the left side, perhaps a little stretch. I like to send my left arm out, palm rotating out away. And take an inhale here. And exhale. You can also look up towards the ceiling, sort of point the nose up. You might find places you're tighter in. The most important thing is that you're not tipping, right, from your spine all the way up to like your shoulders. We want to make sure it's just your neck, your cervical spine that does the tipping. And then we can also point the nose down. Taking a deep breath there, inhale. And exhale. And we'll slowly come up. And we'll place the right hand on the mat. Find a nice, beautiful posture. We're going to ground that left hip bone down. Inhale, left arm up, and exhale over. And we're just going to breathe here. We take an inhale. And as you exhale, use that exhale to really pull you in deep into those abs. Head, neck, and shoulders are easy. You take an inhale to really breathe into this whole left side. As you inhale, we're expanding the rib cage, meaning you are increasing your breath and stretch on that inhale. And as you exhale, we soften everything and use your exhale to go deeper. Using the power of the breath to relax the body, to find the release, to ease the tension. One more deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Engage those abs and slowly come back up. Straight spine. Left hand is going to drop. Left ear down towards the left shoulder. Inhale, breathing into length on the right side of the neck now. Right palm rotates out. Inhale. And exhale. And we'll go ahead and look up a little bit. Take an inhale. And exhale. One more deep breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to just drop the nose down. Each person might find places that they're tighter in, so feel free to hold longer or shorter if you need. Inhale. And exhale. One more deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Nice, long, deep breaths. Okay, we're going to slowly come up through center. Now place both hands behind the head. And we're just dropping the neck down. Oftentimes elbows like to hang out to the side. Really drop those elbows down. That's going to increase your stretch. We're letting the weight of the head and your hands on the back of the head help increase your stretch a little bit. Now we go into posterior lateral breathing. We take an inhale. Nice deep open breath through the rib cage, create space, and exhale. Inhale. And exhale. From here we take an inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to slowly come back up. And from here, we're just going to do a little twist. We're going to look right to left first with the cervical spine, just the head twisting. Just easing up on any tension that might be residual. And just notice if one side likes to rotate more than the other without forcing, and eventually we like to balance out those sides. We'll come back through center. And now we're going to lift both arms up towards the ceiling, press the arms down, and twist to one side. So now it's your whole thoracic spine, your whole mid-back and cervical spine and head rotating. We take an inhale here, and exhale. And then we're going to come back through center, arms go up, just to feel a little length in the side body, length in the spine, and then we rotate over to the right. And we're trying to keep that length. One deep breath here, inhale, growing tall through the spine. And as you exhale, release the shoulders from the ears. And then we bring it back through center. All right, so from here, we're going to go ahead and move on to your back. Did a lot of upper body release work there. Now we're going to start to focus on your hips and low back, another place that tension and stress will manifest. So we're going to start by rolling down onto your back. Some people might need a pillow. if your head is too far from the mat, so go ahead and grab a pillow if you need to. We're going to hug your right knee in towards your chest. Elbows are going to go out to the side. The other thing that stress can do is it can really mess with your digestive system. And what we're going to do this first set of exercises and stretches, releases, this is going to help get your digestive system going and moving again. So with the power of that posterior lateral breath, we take an inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to hug that right knee in towards your chest. Spine is long onto the mat. One more deep breath here. Left leg is really actively reaching long. Inhale, and exhale. The bicep and tricep are really working here to help pull that leg in. You might feel a little tension in your hip crease, that hip flexor area. That's totally normal. On the inhale, we're going to circle towards the midline of the body to the left. And then exhale the second half of the circle. We really want your arms to be doing the work here, not your leg muscles. So the arms and hands are really manipulating the leg. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. And then we just reverse those circles. Inhaling away and exhale. Inhale. Massaging out that hip, getting the synovial fluid moving in the hip socket. I always think about this as a way to lubricate my joints. And exhale. One more deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale. We're just going to pull that knee in nice and tight. And we slowly lengthen that leg down. You might feel like this right leg now is a little longer, especially through the front of your right thigh than the left. Totally normal. Let's go ahead and even out those sides. Left knee hugs in. The right side is your ascending colon. Left side is your descending colon that we focus on. So we're going to do 2 deep breaths here. We take an inhale. And as you exhale, we hug that knee in. Even here, we're thinking of releasing the jaw, the neck, and the shoulders. One more deep breath. Inhale, right leg is reaching long on the mat. Nice deep breath. And as you exhale, soften the body deeper down into your mat. From here, we start circles. We always go towards the midline of the body first. Inhaling. And exhaling. The circles can be really small in the beginning. That is okay. That is fine. It's more about just gently letting the body start to move from a non-violent way so you can keep your nervous system calm. The body will be more willing to receive information to release if it's not being forced. Let's do one more. Inhale. And exhale. And even here we're feeling shoulders open. Inhaling, we go away. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more tight hug in. And then we lengthen the leg long onto the mat. Perhaps the legs feel a little more even now. From here, we're going to bend one knee in at a time. Legs are going to be hip distance apart. Arms are going to be in a V position. Nice and easy. We're feeling a nice open chest and shoulders. We're going to inhale both knees over to the right, feeling the left back shoulder staying in the mat in opposition. Now as you exhale, we're going to engage those abs and use your abdominals to help pull the legs back up. And we inhale the knees over to the left. Now only going as far as you feel comfortable. That could just be a couple inches in the beginning. And exhale. Again, this is not about forcing or being violent with the body. It's just allowing the body to be where it is and breathing there. And perhaps the body will be more willing with each rep to go a little further. And exhale. Just really listen to where your body is today and be there with the breath. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more set. Inhale. And exhale. Abs, bring the legs back up. One more. Inhale. And exhale. That's a great exercise just to help release out the low back. The low back and the hips are so connected that releasing the hips can help open up the low back and vice versa. So it's really good to do those kind of gentle exercises if you're having back pain in the morning perhaps, or even in the evening after you finish your day before you get in bed. So now, moving into more of a hip opener release, which is also good for the low back. We're going to take the arms back to that V position, and on the inhale we open the knees a little bit, and then exhale to close. And again, we're doing this with as much ease as possible. Using the breath. Woo, that was a good pop. Perhaps your hips will pop and open as you do this. This is exactly why it's called hip release. We inhale, open. And exhale. To close. You take an inhale, you're feeling the feet peel off the mat and open the outside of the foot. And then exhale. To close. We're going to hold this next one open. We take an inhale to open and hold. I'm going to bring the soles of my feet together if that feels good for you. Do it. We want to make sure you're not overarching your low back, so those abs have to be pulling in. And if you need a little extra support, you could put pillows underneath your knees if your knees and your hips are tight. So that's a great way of doing it. So hands can go on the thighs and just gently rock back and forth if that feels good. Otherwise, we're going to add in a little upper body work. This is one of my favorite go-to releases for the hips and shoulders. So hands are going to go onto opposite elbow. And the right hand is going to pull the left arm over to the right. We take an inhale, and then we circle around. Halfway through, we exhale. Left arm pulls the right arm. And we continue. Inhale. Head can move a little bit. It's just nice and open and easy. Inhale. If the head feels like it wants to move, let it. And exhale. Again, this is about creating ease and movement in the body. Inhaling. Left arm starting to pull the right arm just a little bit more because I want more of a stretch. And exhale. I usually do about 3 or 4 on each side. Then I stop. I'm going to place the other arm on top, which feels really awkward to most people. And now we reverse the circles. Left arm pulls the right arm across. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Right arm pulling left arm. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. And we're just going to bring it back through center. I'm going to use my hands to help bring my legs and knees back up through center. That was a long time for those hips to be open. They need help sometimes getting back up. From here, we're going to go into a figure 4 stretch, or sometimes it's called the piriformis stretch. I'm going to cross my right ankle over my left knee, hanging out there, or I'm going to pull in my left knee and hold. Those of you that find this challenging, a good modification, if you're first starting this exercise, I'm going to move, you guys don't. I'm going to put my left foot up onto the wall and cross my right leg over. This is an awesome way to start this stretch if you're too tight to hold on with your hands. So either way, We're just going to hang out here for a second and use our breath. I'm going to flex my feet, get deeper into the piriformis. That way, we take an inhale and exhale. With each exhale, I'm trying to release any tension that might be hiding in the body. I like to rock side to side. Find maybe a little tighter point. You can hold there if you need to. Inhale and exhale. And then from here, we're going to slowly bring that left foot back down onto the mat, right foot down onto the mat, left foot up, ankle crosses over, and I'm going to bring the right knee in, flexing both feet. And again, this can be done on the wall. We use our posterior lateral breath. We inhale, breathe wide into the shoulders and ribs. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And I like to rock side to side. Sometimes you find places you're tired by doing that. Holding anywhere that feels good. One more deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. And from here, I'm going to slowly bring one foot down and then the other. We're going to slowly come back up to a seated position. You're going to roll onto your side to help yourself up. Again, very gentle today. From here, we're going to work the feet a little bit. It's up to you. Sometimes it's better to sit on a chair and cross one leg over the thigh like so, or be on the floor like I am. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to do a couple of simple foot releases. There's so much tension that is held in the feet, and I always love it when my clients start to discover this for the first time. They're like, oh, I've been walking around all these years with so much tension, and it's really amazing once the feet start to relax how that helps inform the whole body. Your feet are the foundation for your body. Think of how many steps you take every day, and it's really good to keep happy, healthy feet. So, very easy. We're going to take a knuckle position, and we're just going to start to slowly just massage out the arch from heel to toes. Just very gently out and out and out. That feels so good. You can do it as long as you want. Sometimes I go back and forth like so. Then I'm going to take both hands and twist the sole of my foot up towards the ceiling and down towards the floor. So I'm trying to get a little ankle movement going here too. You might notice that it feels a little tight in the beginning, and with a little encouragement from your hands, you're twisting the sole of the foot down and up. It's ready to move a little bit more. And again, you're keeping that breath going. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Okay, and then from here, we're going to place your fingers in between each toe. For some of you, this could be very, very uncomfortable and feel almost impossible in the beginning. That means this exercise is even more for you, and you need to do it every day for a while. So we want to make sure we keep the toes as spread out as possible as we do this, and we're going to point the foot and flex the foot. So we're going to point and flex, trying to articulate through the foot as you do this. Point and flex, point and flex. And then we're going to do circles. See, my ankle is popping, popping, popping like crazy. So the more the feet open, the more the ankle and calf, the knee and hip are going to open. So again, really important to keep tension out of the feet and circling around. Great. Other thing to do is just roll out your feet with a tennis ball, or if you have a golf ball, that would be even better, something small to really get into those intrinsic muscles. All right, so we're just going to shake that out a little bit, and then we'll go to the other leg. I'm going to kind of turn so you can see me better. We're going to take a knuckle position and just roll out the sole of your foot. This is especially good if you have plantar fasciitis, ankle sprains over time, haven't really healed. And from here, after you've done that a couple times, I kind of do a little back and forth with my knuckles on the sole of the foot, going up and down, up and down. And then both hands are going to go onto either side of the foot. We're going to take the sole of the foot down and up, twisting down and up, and again down and up. You might find that one ankle likes to move a little bit more than the other. Great way to balance out the body. Do these little exercises every now and then. Give your body some love and do a little checkup. What side's tighter? What side might need a little bit more release? Okay, now we're going to place the fingers in between each toe. And we're going to flex the foot and articulate through a pointed foot. We flex the foot and articulate through a pointed foot. Flex and point. And then from here we do little circles, trying to get, I'm saying little circles, but you're trying to make the biggest circle possible that is available to you. To again, open up that foot and ankle. And then from there, reversing the circles if you haven't already. And we're gonna undo your foot and do a little shakeout. All right, so hopefully you're feeling a little bit more open through the shoulders and hips and feet now. We're gonna move you onto your hands and knees. And we just work the foot, so we're gonna take one leg back behind us and go a little deeper into the calf now. So we're gonna press the heel. You're gonna use your hands to kind of push back and then come back over your hands. And then we push back. I feel a little calf stretch when I do that. Should feel good. And then come back. Press back, and we're gonna hold here. 3 deep breaths. We take an inhale. And as you exhale, we imagine the calf muscles softening. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. And we're going to slowly bring it back through center. Taking the other leg out. And again, we're going to push back. Ooh, this one's tighter. You might notice I'm not going as far. And back, that's okay. We're going to exhale. I'm going to use my brush to help gently encourage from a safe place the body to go deeper. And that posterior lateral breath helps keep the nervous system calm, the body calm, and the body, again, is more able to receive a deeper stretch. That feels so good. Let's do one more and hold. And hold here, we take an inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. And just slowly bring it back in. All right, so from here, let's get that spine moving a little bit more. We're going to go into a little cat-cow. So we take an inhale, spine is long. On the exhale, I'm going to engage my abdominals and send the tailbone down, articulating vertebra by vertebra through the spine. Crown of the head dives down like an angry cat position. You take an inhale here, and then exhale to slowly uncurl, low back, mid back, shoulders glide away from the ears, upper back. And you take the eyes up towards the ceiling, get neck flexors and extensors going. We take an inhale, and exhale. Articulating low back, mid back, upper back. My hands are helping push the upper back and mid back up towards the ceiling. Inhale, ease in the neck, and exhale to slowly articulate back out. Let's do one more. Inhale, and exhale. Inhaling here, and exhaling. We're going to take a quick child's pose just to get off the wrists for a second. One deep breath. We're almost done. Take an inhale. And exhale. Taking a longer break if you need it. Also, if you have a towel, this is hurting your wrist, you could do this. Okay? So we're going to stay on your hands and knees just a little longer and move into thoracic rotation and a little bit more shoulder opening. So important to give that thoracic spine some love. Oftentimes the neck hurts, but it's actually coming from your thoracic spine not being mobile. So we're going to inhale the right arm up, right shoulder opens, and then we're going to take that right arm underneath, left elbow bends, and you're going just as far as you can. Don't force it. And we go again, we're going to open up. Open, 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 and you might only be here, and that's okay. And then we come back down, left elbow bends. And then we're going to slowly unfold one more time. Eyes go up towards the ceiling. Feel free to do more reps of this if you'd like. This one's a good one for the back and the upper body and spine. Good spine health. And then we're going to bring it back down. All right, now let's start with the left arm going up towards the ceiling. I'm opening up that left shoulder and left collarbone. And then I slowly, right elbow goes bent. And then I go again. I'm opening. I'm finding this thoracic, this mid-back, rotating. Perhaps there's been tension hiding there. And we bend. And let's do one more. We're going to open, 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 open. And then slowly bending that elbow. And then from here, we slowly place both hands on the mat. I'm going to open up my knees for one last child pose. And this is where we're going to finish today. So I just want you to spend at least a few deep breaths in child's pose, focusing on that posterior lateral breath, thanking your body for all you gave it. Perhaps you feel a little lighter. Perhaps your mood is a little bit better. And maybe you sleep better tonight. So enjoy. Thanks for joining me. And let's breathe. Inhale. And exhale.